Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV V4 Stream, News Gaon se Samvad Sarokar News, Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today's topic is very, very relevant, and that is role of youth in digital media. But before I will go on the main topic, I would like to inform you that today we are observing, the world is observing World AIDS Vaccine Day. World AIDS Vaccine Day, also known as HIV Vaccine Awareness Day, is observed annually on May 18th. HIV vaccine advocates mark the day by promoting the continued urgent need for a vaccine to prevent HIV infections and AIDS. They acknowledge and thank the thousands of volunteers, community members, health professionals, supporters, and scientists who are working together to find a safe and effective AIDS vaccine, and urge the international community to recognize the importance of investing in new technologies as a critical element of a comprehensive response to the HIV or AIDS epidemic. The concept of World AIDS Vaccine Day is rooted in a May 18th, 1997 commencement speech at Morgan State University made by then President of USA, Mr. Bill Clinton. Mr. Clinton challenged the world to set new goals in the emerging age of science and technology and develop an AIDS vaccine within the next decade. The first World AIDS Vaccine Day was observed on May 18, 1988 to commemorate the anniversary of Mr. Clinton's speech. We are also celebrating today the International Museum Day. International Museum Day is an international day held annually on 18th May, coordinated by the International Council of Museum, ICOM. The event highlights a specific theme which changes every year to reflect the basis of the international museum community's preoccupations. Each year, all museums in the world are invited to participate in IMG to promote the role of museums around in the world, creating unique, enjoyable, and free activities around a theme discussed within the ICOM community for this special day. Since its creation in 1977, International Museum Day has gained increasing attention. Media Conference with Lal Goel wishes you on these international days and hope that very soon vaccine for AIDS will be developed to save many lives. Now coming to our main topic, role of youth in digital media. Digital media means any media that are encoded in machine readable formats. Digital media can be created, viewed, distributed, modified, listened, and preserved on a digital electronics device. Digital can be defined as any data represented with a series of digits, and media refers to a method of broadcasting or communicating information. Together, digital media refers to any information that is broadcasted to us through a screen. This includes text, audio, video, and graphics that is transmitted over the internet for viewing on the internet. Digital media has had a significantly broad and complex impact on society and culture. Combined with the internet and personal computing, digital media has caused disruptive innovation in publishing, journalism, public relations, entertainment, education, commerce, and politics. Digital media has also posed new challenges to copyright and intellectual property laws, fostering on open content in a movement in which content's creators voluntarily gives up some or all of their legal rights to their work. The ubiquity of digital media and its effect on society suggests that we are at the start of a new era in industrial history called the information age, perhaps leading to a paperless society in which all media are produced and consumed on computers. However, challenges to a digital transition remains, including outdated copyright laws, censorship, the digital divide, and the specter of a digital dark age in which older media becomes inaccessible to new or upgraded information systems. Digital media has a significant, wide-ranging, and complex impact on society and culture. The impact of the digital revolution can also be assessed by exploring the amount of worldwide mobile smart device users. This can be split into two categories: smartphone users and smart tablet users. Worldwide, there are currently approximately 3 billion smartphone users across the world, almost 40+% of the total population in the world. In India alone, 760 million users are there. Smart tablet users reached a total of 1 billion in 2015, 15% of the world's population. The statistics evidence the impact of digital media communications today. What is also of relevance is the fact that the numbers of smart devices users is rising rapidly, yet the amount of functional usage increases daily. A smartphone or tablet can be used for hundreds of daily needs. There are currently over 1 million apps on the Apple App Store. These are all opportunities for digital marketing efforts. A smartphone user is impacted with digital advertising every second they open their Apple or Android device. This further evidences the digital revolution and the impact of revolution. This has resulted in a total of $13 billion being paid out to the various app developers over the years. This growth has fueled the development of millions of software applications. Most of these apps are able to generate income via in-app advertising. Gross revenue for 2020 is projected to be about, because we have not received the figure, so it was projected about $189 million. Unlike traditional media, digital media is transmitted as digital data, which at its simplest involves digital cables or satellites sending binary signals to devices that translate them into audio, video, graphics, text, and more. Anytime you use your computer, tablet, or cell phone, opening web-based systems and apps, you are consuming digital media. Digital media might come in the form of videos, articles, advertisements, music, podcasts, audiobooks, virtual reality, or digital art. The digital age began to unfold the second half of the 20th century as computer technology slowly inflated different industries and then moved into the public sphere. Yet, analog technology remained dominant even though the 1990s. In the years that followed, newspapers, magazines, radio, and broadcast television were still the primary means of communication, with fax machines and pagers becoming most pupils' first casual foray into the digital world. When the internet went from a niche hobby to something common in most homes, the digital age was fully underway. Now, most people walk around with at least one digital media device in their pocket, purse, or backpack, using digital communication at work, on their commutes, and even while out to dinner or shopping. After that, they might come home and play a video game or stream a show, interacting with digital media yet again. Before they go to sleep, they might talk to their digital home assistant, finding out the weather forecast for the following day. Defining digital media is difficult because it is rapidly evolving alongside innovations in technology and how people interact with it. As we move into the future, our day-to-day use of digital media will likely only increase, particularly as holographic and artificial intelligence technologies are developed and incorporated into our daily lives. Digital media encompasses a wide array of websites, tech devices, and platforms. You may be aware of some uses of digital media, but the fact is that digital media influences many industries and has opened a range of avenues for people to make a living and utilize their talents in different ways. Digital media has also led to entirely new careers. Websites such as Twitch also allow people to stream their daily lives, and people can pay to subscribe to individual channels to watch and interest them. Streamers include video games, musicians, social influencers, and even those who just stream their daily activities, such as going to the store, cooking dinner, or cleaning the house. Users from all different walks of life expose subscribers to different culture and lifestyle. Digital media professionals can also take advantage of easily obtainable technologies such as cell phones and open source coding to film their own shows, movies, or podcasts and stream them at little or no cost, creating greater equity in media. These are just a few examples of digital media, though the market for such products is expanding and there are many applications every year. And to find out and to discuss the role of youth in digital media, we have today 6 youths with us, and we have our chief guest. And I would like to invite and introduce my chief guest first. He is Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma is the former Director General of Films Division of India and also the former Additional Director General of Doordarshan, working for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for the Government of India. He has been in the TV broadcast industry since 1992. He won the Best DD Kendra Award in 2001. He was instrumental in changing the fortunes of DD Mumbai and was the #1 regional Marathi Kendra in the country for a number of years. Dr. Sharma is the recipient of several national and international awards for the work done in the film and broadcasting industry. He also holds a PhD in journalism and mass communications. Currently, he is the dean with the School of Branding and Advertising with NMIMS University, Mumbai. Welcome, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, on our show. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, you are being associated with the media for so long, and in that career earlier with the with the government, with the Doordarshan, with the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, and now you are also after your retirement, you have taken an assignment as a dean in a university for branding and advertising. So your association with the media is from the time when there was no private channel. Only Doordarshan used to come. And gradually you have seen the entire change or shift from one channel to so many several channels, as well as now the digitalization. Now everything on a iPod or iPhone or media phones or smartphones. Now, your experience and your own understanding about the role. So we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, please.
Thank you, Lal Goelji, and I would welcome all the youth who are participating in today's discussion. Thank you so much for being with me. As Lal Goelji has said, that I have a long inning. Yes, I have seen from what you call from analog to digital, from films to digital. So it's been a long inning, and I have seen all sorts of media, how they have come up. If you remember, history taught us that print came about 500 years ago, right? After that, there was telephone, which ruled for over a century. Then there was a radio for a brief time till the television took over. And then television was there for another 50 years or more than 50 years, which it still continues to. But then suddenly the digital and the computers, they came up, and the computers, from computers came the smartphones and what we have in our daily technology. So somebody has said very nicely, what will happen next? So the best thing to understand is what will happen next in terms of technology is listen to the technology, and the technology will tell you what to do. You don't have to worry about it. And the technology does. It says that. That's how you get disruption. That's how you try and bring out new ideas, new things, and try and use it, that technology as it comes. When we were in Doordarshan, we were told a lot of do's and don'ts. Because for all of us, and your parents may know, you may not know, my dear friends, that being the only channel had a greater responsibility in terms of nation building, in terms of ensuring that what are we going to cater to the people? Is it going to help them? Is it going to empower them? Are we on the right track? Are we on the side of the government? Are we working for the government of the day? Or are we working for the people or for the parliament or for the country? These are the questions we were told. And believe me, except for some time in the entire history of television, Doordarshan precisely, till Prasar Bharati came over, it was the television in this country, I would be very blunt to say, was being ruled by the government of the day. I would not mince it. If it was X government, they will do a lot of tom-tom about that government. It was a Y government, they will do talk, and they control it. So there was a need at that time also that the media should be independent. And independent media will be able to take care of everything, and we will have, everyone will have their views on the platform. So came Prasar Bharati. But unfortunately, that also did not do much, and it was limping. And finally, whatever good was being done by the government media, at least it was telling us about the government, also went for a toss. So there was nothing left at that time. And then came up the private channels. So they took over from where the Doordarshan left. And they tried to fill those gaps, those areas in terms of entertainment programming, in terms of news, in terms of documentaries. And I would say that which I don't know if you have read Puranas and mythology, there used to be a Samudra Manthan, where the demons and the devtas or the lords, they were actually having a Samudra Manthan, and wherein poison and nectar both were coming out. This happened, and this has happened when private channels came up. So we were not very sure whether we should, what is correct and what is not correct. And that gave way to a further complicated media, which is known as a digital media. My dear friends, do you know this? Today, you all can have your independent news channel on a YouTube platform. You can run it as long as you know how to tell stories. You can do that. So it becomes very important for you how to ensure that whatever you are doing on these platforms, are you really doing it the way it should be done? Are you taking care of the ethics? Are you taking care of the, because if you think that when you are online and not offline, you feel that you are alone. No, it's not that. The moment you are online, you are not in isolation. Please understand. In fact, you are connected with more people than you are connected with the people who are offline in your presence. So the responsibility of you per se becomes more. True, you are the tomorrow of this country or tomorrow of this world. So whatever you're going to plant today, your generations are going to reap that. What we did, our job in our times was nation building after the independence. Your parents, myself, my people, we did whatever we could do during our time. And we did bring some, I would say, discipline in the entire lot. Of course, I would say that nothing to beat newspaper. Newspaper still continued, and till date, it continues to be more credible than any other medium. I would say that. Okay. But the potential danger for the society is right now the reckless rumor mongering in social media. When I say reckless rumor mongering, is that means nobody is trying to ensure that you have to be very careful what you are going to post there. So what I call it is a responsible digital citizenship. You are a citizen, but now you are a digital citizen. So as a responsible digital citizen, what is your take, right? How do you go ahead? What is basically responsible citizenship is, are you behaving lawfully, right? For example, you know that it's a crime to steal, hack, illegally download, or cause damage to other people's work, identity, property online, right? Are you careful about it? You have to ask yourself. Are you protecting your own privacy and that of others, which is another very important thing, which is a role. You cannot just say that, well, it's okay if I put it, so what? Because whatever you are going to put up today is going to hang around for years to come. If you think that you have deleted, no, sorry, the material is there. Then you have to recognize, as a responsible digital citizen, you have to recognize your rights and responsibilities when using the medium, right? Thinking about how your online activities affect yourself and other people, and to a wider online community. Now, responsible digital citizenship is different from technical skills. Please understand. What Lal Goel in the beginning has said is all the technical part of it. Then he said how the whole thing has converged. Fine. But I am right now only emphasizing on the software, on the I would say the content part of it. What you are, because the role comes with the content. A blank television screen of no use. A blank book is of no use unless the content is there inside. An engineer may provide you with all the background, but what you are putting there comes the responsibility, there comes your role, right? And having internet literacy is just enough, fine. But having to use the internet in a proper manner is something what you have to be very, very careful, right? So when you are online, as I said, you are mostly collaborative and social. You're not doing anything in isolation, because sometimes you may go to a site where you are having a games. For example, Minecraft. I don't know if you have seen that site. It's a gaming site where others build new worlds platforms like Facebook. Recently, also on Facebook, they have started about the world, globally, how they are going to make your own world and how you can have your own structures. Then there are that site is where you are interacting with people on a creative platform, I would say. Then there are sites like Facebook and Insta and Snapchat and others where you are having a long distance friendship somewhere, where you are having, sharing your experiences, your concerns with the people, culturally, and others also. Now, when you are doing this, again, you cannot just say that let me post it or let me do it. That's why I'm saying a lot of things which has happened in this country has happened due to mindless posting of things. That's why even WhatsApp and others, they came up with the idea that not more than 5 or not more than 6. Not only that, they are but they are saying that if something is happening mindless somewhere, we need to stop it. Though people will come out other ideas, they will download it and then paste it and send it to 200 more people. That's okay. But what I'm saying is, you as a youth, see, nobody is going to teach you now. That all that time has gone. You will have to take the call yourself. Your parent is not going to come and tell you this is how you're, because they may be, I would say, digitally crippled or digitally not comfortable like you. So your role today, as of today, as I'm repeating the same thing, whatever you are sowing, you're going to reap it. If not you, your generations. So as a digital citizen, you have to ensure that the comments, what you are posting, what photographs you are posting, what you are sharing online, what you are creating online with communities, with groups, and anything, animation or gaming, all this has to be you have to be very careful about it. Let me tell you, see, if you see right now, your laptop, basically it is carrying all the media on it. We started with press, the newspaper. You don't need to now read the physical form, it is available on it. Go ahead, you came to radio. You don't worry about it, it is available on this, your podcast, or your even radio platforms are there. You go to television, it is, you don't have to depend on Tata Sky totally. And yesterday after the storm, especially when the Tata Sky went for a toss, we all were dependent on the digital media only. We were seeing through smartphones and other gadgets. So even gaming, even live television, even films, everything is now back to back arranged on this platform, right? So as I said, you are now not in isolation. In fact, you are surrounded with more media around you. So your responsibility becomes much more as to what am I going to do? How am I going to go ahead? For example, yesterday, I'll tell you, I don't know if you are aware, Mr. Lal Goel will tell you, I have created a YouTube channel, right? During the COVID times, myself. I had about 700 subscribers, and then without going into the inorganic part of the subscribing, I went to organic only. I really wanted only those who should join me, who are really, who really feel connected with such type of programming. So what I did, I started telling stories 4 to 5 minutes, and I would come out with some solution or some answer to that story. Look, this story teaches us this. So the teachers us started coming up very well with the young audience. Now that part of the story suddenly grew, and today I have nearly about 1800, nearly 1800 subscribers, right? Now what I'm doing is I am trying to put things in a manner where it can connect with people and try to ensure that whatever I'm putting up there does not offend anyone. First thing, very important, whether my friend, my family, my nation, my people, a political party, any I would say religious. If I'm not sure about it, I'm repeating every time, you're not working in isolation. Your footprint, digital footprint, is available now throughout. Unlike offline, where you could just go away and say that, maine gali di to kya hua, that's okay. Today it is there if you have said something, right? And with one tweak, you can create a havoc. So yesterday, Johnny Lever, he's a good friend of mine, he sent me a story. Now see how I could have misused. And the story is a very funny story, because I tell stories, and it was basically a joke, but a joke on Baba Ramdev. Now, but it came out very well. Let me tell you, very creatively somebody has made. Now I had two options. One option is to make it a viral. I can do that. I can put his story, read it, and then put his comment, because he has given me his comments also on video, and then I can start. Right? And I can get so many subscribers and so many people following on that story. But no, I don't want such. Do you know responsibility, how it comes? Why I'm telling you is another example, because I was in Doordarshan. I was asked to go visit Sanjay Dutt in the jail when he was there. I went there and I spoke to him. They were doing a program with the inmates, and I was supposed to record that program and bring it on television, because they were trying to say, look, everything is not back inside. People are also changing when they are inside the prison. There are good things happening in Pune's prison. But what happened when I brought entire material after recording it, interview with Sanjay Dutt, interview with inmates, actually I would have just given it, and it would have a lot of money about it. But somewhere I thought, no, I don't think I'm just because I was a Doordarshan edition DG and I could go inside and I could get it. It is not ethically correct. Whatever it is, he is being punished for what he did. Now, why should I punish him more by bringing out and trying to malign him in the public? Nobody told me to do that. I could have been, now that's where the responsibility is. I do not know whether you're going to be journalists tomorrow, whether you're going to be filmmakers tomorrow, whether you're going to be operating the radios or television or OTT platforms. But wherever you are, even a single frame, what you bring out, that frame must have, something to talk about. It must have the credibility of what you are saying. Anything. even fiction also you can create credible fiction. So my only thing which I feel to you is, you will have to lay down the guidelines. Nobody else is going to tell you, let me tell you. And your community most of the time is working within the group. You will have to work within the group and ensure that whatever is coming out, nobody is going out of the league or out of the queue. There has to be a discipline. I mean, I will stop it here right now. I would rather listen to you and understand, and maybe if you have some queries, I can answer that. Thank you so much, Lalji.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, for giving your very, very insight thing and reality about the digital media. Although you have also explained initially about how the digital media evolved, and from the initial print to radio, Doordarshan, and then the private channels to the now digital. But one thing I just want to highlight, what Dr. Sharma emphasized, is that anyone using any digital media, whether it's on a smartphone, laptop, or iPod, etc., please be responsible. Consider that whatsoever you are sending, it's going to be there lifelong, because once it has gone in the air, it will be always remain. So you should not try to send anything which is not comfortable for anyone else. Just think that because one of my program, one father told us on this channel that once you will start feeling, I love you or you love me, and I want to be you and you want to be me, then only your concept will change. If you will consider everyone that they are yours, then only one political party, one religion, other things, that's what Dr. Sharma has emphasized very clearly. You can talk, you can discuss among yourselves, but while you are putting anything on digital, it should be very, very careful thing. Thank you very much, Dr. Sharma. I'm sure this advice will not only goes to those who are participating, but all the viewers who are watching, even the adults, not only the youth. Today we are seeing on the our WhatsApp, so many irresponsible type of messages are coming daily, without they are thinking that what they are sending, whether these are going to harm somebody or not. We have to be very, very careful. And it's not only on WhatsApp, I must say, it is even on the television channels, what we are seeing today. Many times we feel, and people have mentioned that we are now closing that, we don't want to see the news channels because of the reason that sometimes they also behave very irresponsible. Anyways, once again, I will thank you, because it's a very inspirational thing which Dr. Sharma has said. Now, as Dr. Sharma has asked you, and again, I am saying to you, whosoever, I have allotted you 5 minutes each. If you want to ask question, you are free to ask, but your time slot will be 5 minutes. So if you want to speak and ask question, or you want to speak only, or if you want to ask questions only, that's up to you. But the 5 minutes is allotted to you, including the answering. So I cannot, because I have to adjust everyone. So now first, I would like to invite my first youth guest, and she is Miss Prithvi Bhatt. Miss Prithvi Bhatt, you have heard our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma. And now we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Miss Prithvi Bhatt, please.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I thank the host and organizers of this program for this digital platform for the youth. I am Prithvi Bhatt, a student teacher of St. Aloysius Institute of Education, Mangalore. The word youth itself has immense energy. We see youth as the resilient age group of people who are open to changes, actively finding out new things, and as carriers of technology. Youth are the most important and dynamic segment of the population. The explosion of digital media content is now more informative and accessible anywhere. But the origin of the information, its quality, and its veracity are now in many cases less than ever before. Therefore, we can see individuals struggling to locate or obtain appropriate and relevant information. The present generation, we, are quick and fast in using digital media than our elders. Today, newspaper is not an essential media to know the happening around the globe, as the web page is concerned, provide it online. Online social network tools help people to find information and create a network of friends. So, what is the responsibility of the youth? Youth has great responsibility to check and verify the authenticity of the information before forwarding it to anyone. Youth can use this facility to mobilize their potentials. In order to undertake this, create clear goals and objectives to be benefited by him or her and the users. If platform is to be relatively consistent, make use of Facebook and YouTube. Create an interactive online presence with useful topics. Does the platform foster conversation and generate ideas? It is to be remembered that digital media can include many people. Therefore, an appropriate media strategies should be used so that everyone feels comfortable. Some of the instances where I came across excellent use of digital media are these. I am a Yakshagana artist from coastal Karnataka. Many Yakshagana scripts written by great poets are unknown to common people or young artists. But there are many senior artists who have knowledge about them deeply. Some enthusiastic art lovers and scholars have collected information from these seniors, digitized the scripts, and have uploaded them on the internet in their purest forms. This is not only helping young artists like me to improve our knowledge, but also is carrying information to the next generation. Also, as a young teacher, it's my immense responsibility and duty to create great learning experience through my lessons. In this pandemic situation, many online classes have turned headaches to students because of its monotony and screen time. As teachers, our energy has to be spent in creating wonderful digital teaching learning materials to engage students. Using the internet resource to give a good experience or knowledge to others is highly recommended in this time. Instead of scrolling on pointless information or reels, it is really thoughtful if we create something useful out there. Youth is powerful and their power has to be spent in such amazing works to improve one another's experience. Finally, I would like to say, if we youth arise and act, we have the strength and dynamism to generate a huge transformation in the society. So let's be responsible and rational. With these many thoughts, I wind up my talk. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ms. Prithvi, for giving your views. One thing just I would like to add, what you have mentioned about the Yakshgana scripts. Yes, we have to see the positive side of the digital media. Today, we can see that in youth are also involved in knowing about the all religious festivals, irrespective of religion, whether it's Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikhs or Jews. Everyone is aware because they are getting those happy of they are getting the wishes of for that religious event every day, whenever the religious event is happening. Now, this is also a very positive side. So if we will see the positive side of digital media, as you rightly said, it's a very positive.
I just add to what Prithvi says. I thought it's very good, Prithvi. But we all have to remember, and I'm sure you guys must be taking care that whenever you're using any material which has a copyright issue, which means that somebody then due credit should be also given to them, that this has come from this source, and so that the person is happy about it. And sometimes people do not give, so that also is a part of, you just can't, again, it's a responsibility. You just can't put up anything on the social media from every source. So do that, please.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sharma, for giving your advice. Now, I would like to invite my next guest. Thank you very much, Ms. Prithvi. I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she's Ms. Priyanka Bhatt. Ms. Priyanka Bhatt, you have heard what our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, has spoken, as well as the earlier youth guest. Now, we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Ms. Priyanka Bhatt, please.
Myself, Priyanka. So I am pursuing my LLB in SDM Law College, Bangalore. I have already pursued my MCOM. Right now, I'm here for you to speak up about the role of youth in the social media. So, I mean, digital media. Yeah, of course. This is a topic which is a very interesting topic for the youths, really, to speak up, because digital media is the thing. It's a platform, I can say, where it's in case if we use it in a very good way, it would act as a boon for us. Or in case if we use it in a bad way, or in a You can tell it, if it misses it, it will become a curse for us. So digital, it's something, a platform where you have a lots of opportunity to bring out your talents out, or you can say it's a tool. Yeah, of course, I can give an example of this conference itself. So through this conference, we are able to get in touch with lots of people who are unknown to us, and also there is a lots of development, or I can say self building, self confidence, through which this program is giving to us, what I can say. Then regarding the digital media, what the youths, what role they can have is like, this is what in the present scenario, this is the one, the digital media is the one which is going well and worst, in the sense through, you can find it through the education also, and also in case of interaction with the people. And it's something where we are able to bring up a good community as such, to join the communities. So this is a very good platform used, digital media. Has even has sir mentioned, yeah, due to some of I can say like misuse of the contents of through the internets which are going on. So that should not have happened, like in the sense they take care that that should not happen, in the sense they should not they should see that whatever they are going to upload, or whatever they are going to post, it has to be protected, so that it should not be misutilized. So this is what all about. And also regarding the what I can say, even about the education, when it comes to education, it's a platform which has helped us a very lot to get connected to lots of people. And even by giving example of myself, I just give an example, that is this digital media, it has helped me like to build my own what I can say, has a mind coach, where I do give training for the students, or the people who lack confidence, maybe how to build a self confidence. So I can say this is the very good platform for the youths to build up themselves. And even it's something where they can concentrate for their career too, because this is the one, even in case of advocacy right now, the digitally right now we can't go practically and present in the court. So this is the one platform which is used digitally, e-court, what we can say. So this is what I can say all about the digital role of youths in digital media. Yeah, at last I would like to thank Lal Goel sir as well as Global TV for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Priyanka Bhatt, for giving your views. And you rightly said about the education. The other day, when I did the program on role of youth in peer mentorship, today the youth can do, by using the digital media, you can become a mentor for your peers, your juniors, or even your friends, so that you can give your views. Like our chief guest has mentioned, that one should not do something which is not ethical. We should not try to defame somebody. But if you will press, if the youth will start saying this thing on their own digital media to all their peers, all the friends, or the juniors, definitely they will listen more than they will be listening to us. Thank you very much, Ms. Priyanka. Now I would like to move to my next youth guest, and she is Miss Rashmi K. Malya. Miss Rashmi, you have heard our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, as well as earlier youth guests. Now we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Miss Rashmi K. Malya, please.
Yeah, my name is Rashmi Malya from final year LLB from SDM Law College. I believe there are a lot of points that has been covered, so there might be some repetition. Anyways, I'll go ahead with it. Over the past few years, we have witnessed a very huge transition from physical interactive world to virtual interactive world. So basically, the virtual space has allowed us to communicate and involve in transactions without our actual presence. Uh, if you look at it from an economic perspective, it is a sustainable way of cutting down costs. So this is a good thing for our country, right? Um, um, could this be considered as a revolutionary paradigm shift? And if yes, does it have positive impact on us, not just the youth, but every individual. I believe we all will concur to the fact that this is a revolutionary transformation. That is, now we are connected. We don't actually have to meet. Everything is happening in the virtual space. But what about its impact? I'm a little concerned with the impact. Definitely, there has been reverting consequences, but also equally there has been some worrisome things that we need to consider. It is pertinent to note that the digital space is structured on the energy and innovation of youth. That is us. So it means that we actually rule the space. When I say we rule the space, I'm talking about power. So with power comes responsibility, obviously. So I'll quickly tell a few responsibilities and duties that we need to exercise while we use digital media in our day-to-day life. So number one, imparting education. We all know that the traditional teaching and schooling is being replaced by uh, online schools that have started over the years, be it an academy or a lot of educational content on YouTube as well in the field of economics, finance, psychology, and so on. Number two, creating awareness about detrimental practices that have been uh, prevalent in our society. For example, child labor, child marriage. So we as a youth have the responsibility to get all the relevant data, put it in a statistical form, which can be a reliant source of information to for the people to voice against it. Number three, sharing of your skill. That is, I'm very sure every youth over here is very talented, be it music, art, um, even fitness. Do share it. Don't be hesitant. And for the current COVID-19 situation, this is very relevant because it can help you monetize it as well. Uh, the next thing that is the most important segment, that is responsibility. So, what are our responsibilities? Number one, constrain yourself from forwarding biased information, specifically political statements, because political statements usually do not cover the entire issue. Mostly it will be favoring one side or something of that sort. Number two, uh, share authentic information. That is, we have the responsibility of verifying the information. The best example is the current situation, that is COVID-19. We have seen the circulation of bogus information, be it related to oxygen cylinders or the shortage of beds, etc., etc. So be very responsible and diligent while sharing such information. Number three, do not indulge in misuse of technology, like cyber stalking, cyberbullying. Please make every member feel welcomed in the digital community. So this is our responsibility. The next one is, while we claim that we have freedom of speech, so where is it sourced from? That is Article 19 of the Constitution. It has given us freedom of speech, but believe me, that's not an absolute right. So be very wise while you post anything. While choose your words wisely, or else just be ready to face a defamatory suit. And the last one, and the most obvious one, that is a lot reasonable time on digital media, as it has been proven to have mental uh, bad impact on mental health, as I would say. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying we the millennials are fortunate to have this ample number of opportunity before us on digital space, to maybe to build a skill, share our skill, and also to add economic value to our country, also to other aspects such as building a community of informed and educated individuals. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rashmi, for giving your views. And you rightly said about that if we will use this during the pandemic time or otherwise, we can monetize. Not only monetize, like today when the lockdowns are on, if you are using digital media, you will be engaging yourself. So you will be away from the mental illness or the depression, which is very prevailing nowadays. People are fed up sitting at home for so long. But if you are engaged in a positive way, but definitely, as you rightly said, if you use it negatively way, then it is a very, very disaster for even for the person who is using, because he or she may face a defamatory case, as you have mentioned, because being a final year of law, you know better than anyone else. Thank you very much, Ms. Rashmi, for giving your views. Okay, now I'd like to invite my next youth guest, and she Ms. Salyan Diksha. Ms. Diksha, you have heard our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, as well as all our earlier youth guests. Now, we would like to know from you your views on the role of youth in digital media. Ms. Salyan Diksha, please.
Good morning, Goel sir. Good morning, Sharma sir.
Morning.
Myself Salin Diksha. I'm pursuing my first year MBA from Justice K.S. Hegde Institute of Management, Nitte Karkala. I'm very happy and I'm feeling pleasure that I'm in front of Sharma sir, because somewhere being an MBA student, I also have a passion of journalism, and happy to see you and happy to be a part of this conference. So let's start with the topic. I would like to quote the words of Vivekananda, saying that youth is the best time. The way in which you utilize the period will decide the nature of coming years that lie ahead of you. By quoting the words of Vivekananda, I would love to say that what is the role of youth in this digital media? With upcoming time and coming generation, we know that how digital media is rising and how people are using this digital media in many different sources. So what is our role in this as a youth? What we can do? Has every coin has a two face, that is positive and negative. So what we should use, it is in our hands. If we will use it in positive way, perfectly it will give a best fruit for us. And even utilizing this media in transforming and developing ourselves and even society is what is needed in present time, I can say. Transforming how we can digital media means we can find YouTube, we can find Instagram and many other social medias. It can be many other information sources, websites which are available online today, so it is very easily accessible to the youth and even other people too. So what is our role in it? So using the information is good. Okay, it's best that we are learning online, it is needed in this pandemic. But we have to make sure that what information we are using, that is we have to filter it. We have to see that it is right or wrong, it is from the proper source which we are using or not. And even here our role comes that before sharing any of the information to anyone, we have to make sure that the information shared is particular with or apt with the information which it is. So we should not forward any fake news in social media. It is our responsibility as a youth, because we are educated. So using our education is very important in such crucial time. Even we can say that there are many people who don't know how to use our digital media or how to use the information lying in the social media. For example, our parents, it can be, or our grandparents, or any of our family members who are not that educated. They rely with an lack of information that how to use it or how to generate it or how to forward it. So we as a youth, we have to help them. It is our role. We have to spread the information. We have to make them understand. It's our responsibility. We have to say them, this is the information, how to use, how not to use. This is what are the feedbacks or laybacks if we will do. Even even we can see the Paytm or Google Pay, the online transactions which we do. It is very easy to understand as an educated person, but when it comes to them, it is very difficult to them to understand and work. So here the main role of a youth is to make them also educate about the topics or about each and everything which are present here, because even they are curious but they are not saying because they can't understand. So it is our role to make them understand. So it is the main and basic role which we can do, I think so, sitting at home at present time. And even there are many different points which I have jotted down, specifically like sharing of informations with parents or any of our relatives. It is one of the thing, and one of the main thing, basic thing which everyone can do, I think so. Even a 10th pass student can do it sitting at home. And even social media, here comes the next point, is social media. How can a role of a youth through and social media impacts? Because in today's for example, we can take of Instagram is has an MBA student being an entrepreneur. I know it is a big deal. We have to work like anything. We have to we have to make plans, we have to work on it. But Instagram, I think so, where we can see a live examples, where we can see women got empowered. Many of the women are doing their own business. It can be a small business, but they're empowered today, sitting at home itself. So no need of any big finances or no need of going out. Sitting at home, we can do many things using this digital media. So it is a positive part of a digital media, that we can use it in a very vast way and in a very positive way. So many entrepreneurs, we can even develop ourselves, we can come up with the new ideas, innovations. So this is what digital media teaches us. So we can only blame it, but it has very positive uh, part of it which we have to see in a positive way. I think so social media is not only to enjoy or upload pictures. As sir said, we have to be responsible enough to use it in a correct way. If we'll use it in a correct way, it will literally give you a good fruit. So using this digital media in a proper way is what I think so is in the hands of youth, and we have to do it. Some basic things which we don't do, I think so we ignore, but if we do it, literally India will develop. And even we are as a self person, we will also develop ourselves and even our society in coming future. So in this COVID pandemic, we have learned how important the digital media is. We are sitting at home, even in this live conference, we are in this conference, we are speaking in the conference. We have saw many different people. Even I said it is my pleasure that I even saw Sharma sir today. I'm literally blessed today. I can't express it, but I'm very happy today. So this is how the digital media can connect different people from different states or different sides of the world. So using it in a correct way is in the hands of youth. And I think so today's youth, of course they will do it properly. And because of this COVID pandemic, we have learned a lot of lessons in today's world. So using digital media in developing ourselves and even creating a good personality is in our hands. And by closing my point, I would like to thank Goel sir and Global TV for giving such a good opportunity. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Diksha, for giving your views and appreciating that Dr. Sharma is there. Yes, after all, I know that it's not easy to bring such type of personalities on, and especially when they are so busy. But yes, for the youth, everybody wants to come. But the responsibility of youth, like Dr. Sharma has said, I would like to add one thing. Whenever anyone receives a fake news, and if you verify through Google search that it's a fake news, don't stop there. Just write that this is a fake news and send back to the person who has sent to you. He or she might be your friend, because after all, only your known person is sending to you. And tell her or him, if he has received or she has received from someone, please send this message to them back again. So let the reverse change should go. The person who has started it will think twice before emitting any fake news. So that is the way how the role of youth is very important to curb the fake news. Don't stop. If you are receiving something you have read, oh, it's a fake news. No, immediately reply to that fellow, this is a fake news. Please don't send to me fake news. Immediately that fellow will definitely take action. Thank you very much, Ms. Ellen. And you have given very good 2-3 points. I'm sure that Dr. Sharma would like.
I'm just adding what Salen said. Thanks for the compliment, Salen, that I'm here, and I'm equally happy that you are also there with me. So I'm nice to talk to you, meet you. Just want to remind you that a picture is 1,000 words. You write 1,000 words and you send one picture. Now you have to be very careful. That's why I'm just going back what you're going to put up, whether it's a video or a picture. Are you offending anybody's sensibilities, or are you preparing them to see this picture? Please understand, preparing a person to read, that is your role. For anything, even a one-liner you are sending, are you preparing people that they will accept it? That's what we call the fake news. So you have to be very careful. You just cannot say that and you just pass it on. No, sorry, it's not like passing the parcel we are having. I got it, I throw it to others. No. Like Lal Saab has said just now, while fake news, make sure, or sometimes even don't promote. The moment you start, I normally on my Facebook, if I get things, anything which is offending me, or I feel it will offend other sensibilities, I just coolly, just block the person out, and I just said, look, it's okay, I'm fine. So we have to be very careful. The moment you start this, people will understand, look, this guy is no nonsense. He just wants things to be in a straight and proper manner. Please, Lal sir, carry on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sharma. Thank you very much, Ms. Diksha, once again. And now I would like to call my next youth guest, and she is Miss Sonia Albert. Miss Sonia Albert, you have heard our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, as well as earlier youth guest. Now we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Miss Sonia Albert, please.
Greetings of the day. I'm Sonia Albert, currently pursuing LLB from Nehru Academy of Law for 4 more years. So I was paying attention to the insightful as well as inspiring introduction talk given by Goel sir, as well as from our chief guest Sharma sir, as well as I was listening to the talk given by our other youth guests who spoke before me. So yes, I have already prepared a script, or I have already prepared some points which I wanted to deliver. But hearing all those points, the few quick points, what I would like to deliver is that youth around the world is deliberately now named or titled as the digital natives because of their skills and comforts in handling this technological hardware as well as the content. Nowadays, many teenagers as well as children are making use of this social networking sites, internet, mobile phone devices, and the other cell phones for creating such good contents as well as spreading awareness. So nowadays, the youth is making use of this opportunity in digital media to create awareness and to bring justice whenever it is being denied. Like almost majority of the times, they are just raising their voice for a reason in the society. They are just trying to become the voice for the voiceless. For example, nowadays we are having social networking sites like Facebook, as well as Facebook Lives, or as well as Instagram Reels. Many of the responsible persons who think that this particular contemporary issue should be highlighted or pointed out, and they are trying to bring their own positive or their own very critical concepts regarding the points. Like being a law student itself, I can give examples that many of the students from our college have brought many reels as well as many Facebook Lives regarding the contemporary issues which is being prevalent in the society. Maybe regarding defamation, as one of the contestants mentioned earlier, or regarding any of the cases which is so relevant in today's society. Not only this Facebook Live or Reels, some of the posts, especially in this pandemic situation, giving or creating awareness regarding what all precautions should be taken in this crucial situation, and also expressing their discontent towards the political views or disagreement towards the policies, such as national educational policy or EAV, which is going to get implemented, or regarding farm bills or the other bills which is going to get implemented. And also nowadays, declaring their solidarity towards the victims or a group of people who are toiling their lives, no matter where they reside. So most of the youth is making use of digital platform, respond in its very responsible manner to express their opinions, their perspectives, and also they are ready to take the criticism, both creative as well as destructive criticism. And also speaking about the educational sector, with the advent of this COVID pandemic situation, or the emergence of this COVID situation from the year 2020, we all certainly switched off to online mode of education system. So one positive thing, what I felt was that this is making the students enabled to do multitask, because they are just attending the online classes, they are doing online internships, seminars, webinars, and also they are very smart, like doing the exams online, uploading it in the Google Classroom, doing the assignments, scanning using the cam scanner. Before and all, I was not at all aware about the mechanism of the cam scanner. I used to go for taking prints in the cafe or some other places to take the print, but everything is now available in our gadgets, the mobile phones and all. So it's creating a new kind of information to us, that these are the things which we are having, these are the facilities which we are having. So it also creates a good impact among the youth. And also speaking about the mode of entertainment, nowadays we know that in every nook and corner there is YouTubers as well as bloggers. They are bringing variety of contents towards the society. They are just bringing the things which we are not much aware of. And also speaking about this entertainment mode itself, I think nowadays the online contests are like, most of the winners are being selected based on the likes which they are getting. So the real skills is directly proportional to the likes which they are getting, as well as inversely proportional to the real talents which they are having. The one positive aspect, what I felt from this thing is that this really creates a rapport between people. People are supposed to keep in touch with, because in order to get or grab more likes, they need to have a good connection in a good positive manner. I'm speaking that they should have a good terms with the others. So nowadays, skills are also promoted on the basis of the terms of relation what we are keeping with the other people. And the other thing is nowadays, not only for this positive things, one negative thing what I would like to point out is that people are making use of this social medias to just to promote that being negative is also okay. Like it's been a trend, smoking, drinking alcohol, or spreading violence, or breaking the rules. A kind of thug life culture is being glorified. Actually, it's not being glorified or praised for the right sense, which it should be, but for the negative sense with mass background schools and all. So as many of the you just which already said that it's up to the person who is steering the digital media. It's up to the person who is dealing with. They can make utilize of this thing for the positive changes, as well as if they are using it for the negative things, definitely it should be changed. And one point what I would like to say that Sharmaji already asked before that why you wanted to, like he just posed a question that, and I said that I am ready to shoot and just show the burial things to the children also, because let the children know the naive facts and let them grow. Very recently, one video got viral in Kerala that one child who is just cycling in his courtyard, he was just wearing his trousers and he was just pedaling his cycle, and suddenly he heard the voice of a police jeep outside his house, and he all in a sudden removes his trouser and just putting it as a mask, because he knows that once we are going outside, we are supposed to wear a mask. So that little child is aware about the precautions to be taken in this pandemic situation. So if parents are just showing them, or if parents are trying to communicate them, this is the way to be followed. These are the precautions to be taken. Otherwise, this will be the plight. Even the little ones can have a knowledge about it and they will take it seriously. So with this, I would like to conclude. Thank you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sonia. Before Dr. Sharma will reply or say something, I would like to say, yes, you are right in one way. If you are showing even to child something which precaution him, but there should be a limit. You cannot cross the limit. After all, there are so many things. What I suggest, this is my personal views, such types of scenes can be shown after 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, when generally the children are off the screen. Then at that time, but it should not be repeated during the daytime. So adults can watch it during the news if they want to see after 10 o'clock when the children are gone to sleep, small children. But yes, in one way it is right, because the people should be aware that if the two ways, one is whether the government is doing correct or not. Secondly, if we are careless, if we are not wearing masks, not keeping social distancing, tomorrow we will be also buried like this, or our body will be thrown in Ganges like what we have seen. So we have to take precaution. That is why it is to be shown, but after 10 o'clock when the children are sleeping. That is my suggestion, but I'm sure Dr. Sharma would like to say something before I move to the next guest.
I am not saying, what I'm saying is respecting the dead. My thing is this, I'm not saying anything. When this 9/11 happened in America, did you see anything? When in Akshardham, when our temples were destroyed, you will find a lot of people. What I'm trying to say, which I told Lal Saab also in the last thing, that we are more loyal than the king. You understand what I mean when I say I'm more loyal than the king? That's fine, but and this is happening because we always like entertainment at the cost of others. When it comes to your own thing, will you accept it when you're showing it like this, the dead bodies? I'm sorry to say, should not happen, God forbid. And are we even putting anything underneath? These visuals are going to disturb your mind. Please be careful while watching. Is anybody taking that much of care? That's what I'm saying. A picture is 1,000 words. So Sonia, you have to be careful there. I'm not saying create awareness, but creating awareness, it comes with responsibility. You just cannot start showing pictures, anything, everywhere. You might create a havoc, which has happened in the past. There is not much time left. I'll come some other time again with you guys when Lal Saab calls me. I have a lot of stories to tell you and how havoc can be created by wrong information. Please, sir.
Sure, sure.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sharma. And one thing I will mention to you, Dr. Sharma is doing a program every day for the storytelling for 4 minutes, and very interesting, very impressive and informative and knowledgeable. So if although I think it's in Hindi, so whosoever wants, I think he has sent his message on this thing. You can very well subscribe, and I will ask Dr. Sharma to speak the correct, so the viewers who are watching on TV, they will also know on which how they can be connected to Dr. Sharma. Thank you very much, Ms. Sonia, for giving your views. I'm sure that people will be more responsible while
I'll just
showing anything.
compliment you for one thing, sir. We are in minority. I am so very happy. There is only one Vishal here, and there are so many.
And that's what I want
we are
you
on the
to.
right track. We are on the right track, sir. Please
Okay, thank you very much. So now I would like to invite my last but not the least, as our custom is always ladies first, but it's not the thing. It's basically I'm going through the alphabetically, and Mr. Vishal V comes after the S, so he has to wait. So now I would like to invite my next youth guest, and he's Mr. Vishal. Mr. Vishal, you have heard our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, as well as earlier youth guest. Now, you being the only male voice here, as well as the last one, we would like to know from you the role of youth in digital media. Mr. Vishal, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. My name is Vishal, sir. I'm from JK pursuing my MBA, and I'm from Kundapur. Yeah, digital media is highly impact on a social and also on a society as our culture also, because digital media is not only ever stable, it is developing over through year from a year. For instance, where in the beginning or earlier, where people were reminding all the phone numbers where they are handling that. But now a situation where digital media is so developed that they are saving their numbers, not reminding, which helps the people to less burden on them. Here we can say that digital media is also reducing to a paperless society, to information age, where a computer is doing all the work. It says that we are doing the people lazy means we are reducing our works by putting all the works on a computer or a social media. At present, digital media is also highly impact on the youth. By putting some points, I will say that we can access a lot of information from a Google, where a e-paper, e-books are there, and also YouTube. The one thing is a YouTube, where a YouTube is one channel for entertainment also, but where a lot of people were earning from it. Here, we can use it properly, where a youth can reduce the problem of unemployment by using their skills, some of their using their cooking skills, some of their gymnastic or body show skill, some of their fitness, like that. If we use like this or using properly, we can earn something or eradication of unemployment. Then using of social media like Instagram, like WhatsApp are there. Instagram is the best, where we connect to each and everyone. But many of that not only using for that, but also for creative means. If they do something like a pots or like that, they're using it for a selling purpose to earn something nowadays. Then we are responsible to our digital India. Government of India has put a word that is digital India. Point the digital hub is for a payment medium. That's a Google Pay, Phone Pay, like that, for a banking purpose. It reduces the work of the people. But our adults, means our parents, are not believing this, because if we create an account for that, we may lose some money. If we put all the money in our accounts, we lost due to the creation of a Google Pay, Phone Pay, like that. We are the youth. We have to understand them, what is actually is, what actually the role of the online or a digital payment, how it works. Then I think the digitalization in the area of government activities, where one instance that we are doing a license for driving. In that case, government is only put a limit amount for 1,200 to 1,500, but agents are using a lot of from 8,000, like that. If we use government line or government website properly, we can reduce that middlemen like agents, because we are wasting a lot of money on them also. I heard that in the beginning of this year, where 2021, the farmers are protesting because of the agriculture issue, where government said that eradication of the middlemen in that. Can we use the digital media in that? Means if farmers are educated to use that, they can sell directly to the consumers or in a bulk, because they, if like Flipkart, Amazon, like that, if we create something like that, I can say that we can reduce the problem for a little bit, because our middlemen are gaining a lot of from the farmers. In this situation of COVID-19, we have also a lot of responsibilities. Because if we are creating some website or using of WhatsApp, Instagram, we can help others. Because if one house is in a COVID and it's a lockdown or a seal down, we can ask them what you need, what you want, like that. If they say they need some household purpose for a food, like that, we can serve for them, because we can use it properly. I say that the digital media is the strongest media, sir, because if we put a one word in a digital media, it gain a lot of power in that, because everyone's seeing that. So I can say that the youth, India have a lot of youth, means maximum half of the population contain more than a youth. Because we have a responsibility to create a better nation by using the digital media in a right way. Then at last I say that everything has a pros and drawbacks. Here the drawbacks is using e-papers and e-books. We are just going out of the libraries. Here the people who are in a college, our students in a college are not using the libraries, because they know, yeah, Google is there, we can use. But this restricts them from their knowledge, because if we type something, we get that only. But if we refer books like that, we gain a lot of information. I think like that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vishal. Your last point, which you have mentioned about the library, I would like to inform you, which you can check up on Google. In USA, what they are doing is that they have created the e-libraries, and they have tied up with the schools. Now, school, or colleges, so if you are using any book, so the teacher was informed, that the school is informed that this student has used this book, and he or she has read from this page to this page, or he has spent so much time on reading this book. So your reservation is about that only you want to read only one thing, that they will also come to know. So even the digital media is useful, which are going to be happen in India soon, when it is happening in abroad, where due to the pandemic, when the children can't go abroad to the library, they are reading sitting at home. So digital, and one more thing which you have said is also very good, that one must use this digital media to help those are in need. If you will see to it in your own locality who are COVID positive or not, you can very well help them by asking somebody. Even if you are sitting in one city and somebody send you a message, you can very well use this digital media. People are using in India also, many people are using, and they are helping during this pandemic. Thank you very much, Mr. Vishal, for giving your views. Now, if you have any question, sorry, yes, Dr. Mukesh.
I just want to add something, a note of caution, Vishal, is that you must have heard about use and disuse of organs. Have you heard about this saying? Darwin's theory. Any organ which is not used gradually become vestigial. Your appendix is one of the organs. Men used to have tail, women used to have tails. Gradually we started sitting like this, the tail was gone, right? Now today, if I ask you, do you know the table of 15, or do you know the table of 20, or do you know the table of 12? You won't be able, because you're dependent so much on this thing. And if I take it from your hand, it looks like I have taken your soul out. You are helpless. If today there is no electricity, suppose, why I'm saying is, I'll come back to it, is because yesterday I made an entire preparation for you guys that I'll be talking like this, and I just forgot to save it. Now, had I written it in my usual pen and paper, I would not have been able to do that. And I'm trying to search for it. That's why it took 5 minutes. But I said, no problem, I'll manage it. So the caution is, ensure that you also know how to walk if your car is not working. You also know how to cycle if that is not working. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what I'm saying.
So Dr. Sharma says that remember the numbers of your near and dear, Don't
Yes.
save it. Otherwise, it's right. Or you might be having 2-3 devices, so then you can be.
No,
Otherwise,
sir,
you
even
have.
devices, but why don't you give some food for your brain also? What's the problem?
Yes, please. Now, any of you wants any questions to Dr. Sharma, please feel free to ask. We have about 3-4 minutes. Otherwise, I am asking Dr. Sharma to give his concluding remarks. Yes, Ms. Diksha, you are asking question. You are unmuting yourself.
So what do you think about digital media and paper media? Because at present we are thinking that digital media is cutting down paper or this print media, cutting down print media. We are not utilizing much print media because of digital media coming up. So what is your viewpoint
See,
to
please
this?
understand. Please understand. The instead of a paper in physically you are holding in your hand, you are reading it there. So print is as good as on digital. It's just that while you are preparing the print, the content for the print, I would say, you take little more caution, you take more responsibility to ensure that you don't bring out something. So the paper gradually, naturally, it's going to be a paperless society. But the creation or the creative part is going to continue. So the print will always, now print is also gone into audio. The print has also gone into video. So you are getting gradually, the written words will, but they will complement each other. A photo will complement words, words will complement photo, they will complement audio. All just a convergence will be happening only to ensure that from all facets you get the information in a clear-cut way. That's the whole idea.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So who else wants to ask any question? Anyone else? Yes.
So
Yes.
can
Miss. Yes. Yes.
Rashmi,
Miss
yes, Rashmi.
Miss Rashmi.
So my question is from the legal perspective. Do you think the current legislations in place, be it the Information Technology Act or the Copyright Act, are they deterrent enough to control the circulation of bogus information or detrimental information on the media? So, what are your views on?
See, the thing is this, I say that, let me be honest. My first thing is this. Why should somebody deter me to say that why should I copy somebody if I'm not creative enough about? And there are see, I'll give you a very simple thing. Locks, locks and keys. They are for thief or criminal, or they are for, people, good people. Whom are they made for? Tell
For
me.
us, sir. I believe it's
No,
for us.
for good people or for thief or bad people? Tell me, simple.
Sir, I believe we all are good people.
No, locks. I'm asking, locks and keys are for whom? When you lock your house, it is meant for
Good
the
people,
thieves.
yes.
For?
The good people.
Correct. You are absolutely right. I would give you a clap. Everyone says thieves. No, because a thief's job is to break the law, to break that lock. But a good people will see it. Oh, it's locked. Nobody's at home. Let me go back. What we call in Hindi, ताले जो है शरीफ आदमियों के लिए हैं, चोरों के लिए नहीं है. चोरों का तो काम है ताला तोड़ना. So उसमें laws तुम कोई एक law, you'll make one law, he'll come out with another thing to break that law. So the idea is you have to make the ground law. You will have to ensure that I do no wrong. I will walk straight. Things will fall in place. The problem is you don't have a majority, my dear friend. I don't have a majority. There is a majority of people who want to do something wrong. We need to bring them to the fold. We need to bring them back, Rashmi. That's what is my request.
Okay. And Priyanka, I think you are asking. Last question I will have to take.
Yeah.
So
I hope I could reply, Rashmi, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
Priyanka.
Sir.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes, Priyanka. Go ahead.
Yeah, Priyanka.
Please unmute.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, my question is, what are your words to those people who always show negative? Like I can just give an example of our global TV itself. They are the one who always motivates with the positive thoughts. What about those media, sir? Like whatever you told, like they throwing off the dead bodies to gangers.
Yes.
It creates a lot of mental, strain to the people, not only for the children, even for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is
So
my thing is this. See, that's why you cannot wipe out bad. You can only minimize it. So the thing is you need to have majority. That's why like-minded people. That's why the thing which I have sent you today, it's in Hindi. You may not understand the language that well, but if you listen to it 2-3 times, you'll understand my expressions. What I'm trying to say. The thing is this. I don't have to say anything because they are looking for TRPs. They are looking for numbers. So they will have to correct themselves. How can I say that? And two, me as a public broadcaster, right now what Mr. Goel is doing, he has by default become a public broadcaster or public streamer. Why? Because he's caring to the citizens, whereas the private people are caring to the consumers. So when you're catering to the consumers, your style will be different. I told again, fifth time, if there is some maramari happening down, I'm sitting on a third floor, I would immediately rush. What happened? Somebody is cursing, somebody. But here are good music, Carnatic music being played. I'm not interested in that. So this is a human psyche. But we need to balance it and ensure that we must try and ensure as far as possible. That's why I'm saying, but you can show bad, but prepare me for it. No, I'm not saying no. Make me ready. Look, you're going to watch this. I should be ready. And me as a human, I'm talking about a child who's not even ready to understand what is death and what is life. And we are just showing it is not correct. That is the whole idea. Sorry,
Okay.
sir, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So today, viewers, you have seen how the digital media and the role of youth, which is very, very important. And if youth plays a positive role, definitely the scene can be changed. After all, country belongs to us. The world belongs to us. Might be you might disagree with the policies, you may disagree with so many things, but you are not supposed to do something which will harm yourself, your community, your city, your state, your country, or the world. So for that, one has to be very, very positive. One has to be very, very cautious. And there are so many things which has been explained today by our chief guest and all the youths. I'm sure today's program, which has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, News Gaon se Samvad Sarokar News, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube, is a very enlightening program today. And this types of program, which we want, as our one of the panelists says, the positive media. Yes, if youth will start playing positiveness, I'm sure that everywhere the positivity will come, even in this difficult pandemic time. Thank you very much, all the youths who have participated, and thank you, special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, for giving such an inspirational and very much, I must say, motivational thing today. And our endeavor is to bring to you every day something positive. And today in the evening, we have with the Kal Aaj Aur Kal Lal Goel ke Sang, a half-an-hour program which we have started only 4 days back, where we are just seeing rather I will say the autobiography with the same fellow, the person, the chief guest, he or she is going to speak about them, how they have, what their past, their today, and what message they want to give in future. And today is our...
Sir, I'm just leaving with a teaser for all the youth that I was also hijacked in a flight. We'll meet when I'll tell you how I saw.
Okay. Yes, definitely we will like. Now, Kal Aaj Aur Kal Lal Goel ke Sang today at 4:30 p.m. Our chief guest today is Mr. Ramnath Pradeep, a former chairman and managing director, Corporation Bank. Right now he's in Mumbai, otherwise he was posted at Mangalore earlier. He will be the chief guest and he will give his life, how he has started from the his primary education, where and what, and how he has reached on the top of a bank, become a chairman and managing director. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you once again, Dr. Mukesh Sharma, and thank you all the youth guests, and thank you all our viewers for watching our show. Keep watching. Thank you very much.